Hey guys, Penadaily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. As you can see, we're starting off here at the Sanctuary again, and we're heading out. Today, we are going to do something rather important, and then, if we have time, we will head to the third pendant, which, as you can see, is up there. But first, we can't actually... we can go this way. Yeah, see those stones? Those dark-colored stones? They're too heavy for us right now. So, move along. Lift that up. Come through here. And, of course, you can tell from the music that we are in a fairy fountain. So, we get our hearts refilled. And now we are going... Do you remember how those two guys in Kakariko Village told us? One about the Waterfall of Wishing and the other one about the Treasure of Zora, both where the river begins? And that's where we're headed today. Ow. Jerk. Anyway, so... we cannot currently go into the water. If you drop off one of those pier things... Come on. Alright. Die. Alright, if you go off one of those pier things, you will simply... You don't actually take damage, but you get invincibility frames. This will be quite useful here coming up shortly. I'm just going to kill you on pure principle. This sign, of course, says Magic Shop, Waterfall of Wishing. Oh, hey, bombs. I don't think we needed them, but oh, hey, bombs. Now, if you come up here and kill this doofus... There we go. And... you get a fairy! There are a lot of trees with fairies, apparently. I don't actually know what every tree has. But, let's see... Quick check... we need to get a fairy, so I have to remember to do that the next time we get anywhere near... an actual fairy. It's not that big a deal. I'm sure we'll find one. Heck, I can, when we come back, I can get one off that tree. So, kill this guy. We can break those. And we're gonna keep heading up this way. Right now, we can't do anything about the Waterfall of Wishing, because as you're gonna see... Die, Octorok. Ow. Stupid way. As you see... Yeah, see, that's what happens when you go into the water. You don't take damage. But yeah, as you can see, we can't actually reach the waterfall. You are beginning to irk me. There we go. Now, so we come up here, and now we are in a completely different area. And that noise will probably drive you to drink. You want to head this way. You can see there's a heart container there, but we can't get to it yet. Just keep throwing yourself into the water every time the invincibility frames wear off. Because you don't actually take damage from it. It's a really good way to avoid taking damage from the little Zoras. So, we do this middle one and go up this top branch of the middle one. And do that again. And nope, dang it. I always do this. It's not the middle one, it's the bottom one. Oh, well. Luckily, it's not that far, and, you can always just jump in the water again and make sure they can't hurt you. But, if you follow this along here to the end, right at the big fall... Hoo-ah-ha-ha! What do you want, little man? Do you have something to ask me? I want the flippers. Wahaha, but I don't just give away flippers for free. I sell them for 500 rupees a pair. Yeah. It's worth it. It's really worth it. I will let you use the magic waterways of the sea folk, which link lakes and rivers. When you see a whirlpool, dive into it. You never know where you'll surface. That can actually be really useful. I don't do it nearly as much as I probably could or should. Now, at this point, you do not, of course, get invincibility frames in the water. And unlike the GBA version, you cannot dive under the water, which is really too bad, because it was a great way to, dodge Zora attacks. But now we can just sort of, come down here, and you can, just sort of dash along here, which will get you out of the way. And now we are back. And now we are going to go through the Waterfall of Wishing. And there's a couple things we can do here. Right through the waterfall. And we come to a mysterious pond. Won't you throw something in? Yes, yes I will. I will throw my boomerang in. And after a few seconds, up comes a fairy. And you tell her, yes, you dropped it. And she gives you... And, yeah, now we have the magical boomerang. That will go across the entire screen. Unlike in the GBA version, it will not cut grass and bushes. But, it's still pretty nice. Now, there's one other thing I want to throw in while I'm here. And that is my shield. It took me years to find out you could do this. I never did upgrade this shield. And of course, this is a reference to the old, fairly common story. I think there's a version of it in a couple of different narrative, national narrative traditions of the honest axe. The woodcutter drops his axe in, and the fairy of the spring asks if he dropped a golden axe or a silver axe, and he's like, no, it was just a regular axe. So she gives him both the gold axe and the silver axe, as well as this regular axe, to, basically reward him for his honesty. And here we are. Now this place, this is where you're going to probably spend most of your rupees. I'm also going to do this. One, because I need a fairy, and two, it actually changes the ending a little. If you blow open this door, you have a fairy lake. So, let's get a... There we go. And we'll keep the fairy in the bottle. And now we have a mysterious pond. So, we'll throw our rupees in. Throw 20. And it says, for your reference, you will have a little luck. There is a rumor that your fortune affects the outcome of certain luck-based games later in the game, like one where you open a couple chests. And supposedly, depending on what your fortune is, you'll have more or less luck with that. I don't think anybody's ever proved that. Great luck. That's pretty nice. Anyway, you don't have to go out. You just have to walk away from it. And we'll throw in another 20. And as you throw in 100, you have to throw in 100 rupees. And, let's see, throw a few, 20. And for your reference today, you have a little luck. And the last one is, there we go. And of course we get, this is Venus, the Queen of the Fairies. You can upgrade your bomb or your arrow carrying capacity. I'm going to upgrade my bombs. I don't really need either. I probably will come back and do this later, maybe, especially because I'm going to wind up with ridiculous amounts of rupees. But, until then, let's see. So here we are. And then there's something else we need to get in this lake. We're not going to get that heart container for a while. Be careful, that you wait and see when you see a whirlpool. Make sure there isn't a Zora coming out of it. It can be very easy to mistake regular whirlpools that spout Zoras for warp whirlpools. But we come under this bridge. There's a dude camping. Okay then. Yo, Link, you seem to be in a heap of trouble, but this is all I can give you. Alright. Alright, and this is a magic bottle. So that's our third bottle, and that's pretty darn nice. Okay, so our next thing to do is to try and get to, our next thing to do is to try and get up to Death Mountain. To do that, we're gonna have to go up all the way to Kakariko Village and the Lost Woods, which is like the entire other side of the map. Now, I know there is a second whirlpool here in Lake Hylia. I'm not sure where they all take you. I used to have a map, but that was ages ago. But let's see where this one takes us. It's not too far, so I'm not really out much time if it turns out to take us somewhere ridiculous. And here we go. Oh, good, I was right. Yeah, we are here, of course, if I check the map. Yeah, we're right here. So that's good. So let's head up to Death Mountain. And let's see here. You know, kill you. Or not, you know. Alright, get rid of him, and you see, danger, do not enter Death Mountain without the king's permission. We've broken so many other laws and rules, I think we can do this one. Hero insurance, as TV Tropes calls it. So we head this way. Don't try and explore, there's really not much in here. So just follow my path. I don't know who you are, but if you're going to go up the mountain, will you take me with you? I lost my lamp, so... Sure, dude. Watch your step. There are holes in the ground. Could you turn right here? Young man, are you also going to the mountain to look for the golden power? Just ahead is a mountain full of monsters. Many people have vanished in this mountain while looking for the golden power. I don't want to steer you wrong, so please don't get too involved in such a mad quest. And you do want to turn right to go around the pit, but then you continue straight. Turn right here. You know, I have a granddaughter who is your age. The king took her to the castle and she never returned. Kidnapping those maidens must be part of the wizard's plot. I'm sure he's trying to somehow use the power of the descendants of the wise men. Yep, that was kind of made fairly clear. And so here we are. And just watch out for those little things. I have no idea what they are. The missing maidens are still alive somewhere. I believe that a hero will rescue them. I wait for that day. These are dangerous times. I talk too much. Anyway, thank you for your kindness to an old man like me. I wanted to give you this. If you wander into a magical transporter, gaze into this mirror. He gave you the magic mirror. This mirror is blue, clear, and beautiful. You feel like it is going to absorb you into another world. Ah! Yeah, and now you're frozen while those stupid rocks come down. It's kind of a dick move, to be honest. The wizard has deceived the king, and now he is trying to open the way to the Dark World. Wait, Dark World? To complete the quest, you'll need the Moon Pearl, which is in a tower on the top of the mountain. All I can do for you now is to comfort your weariness. Come back here anytime. And if you've taken a hit, he will fill your hearts back up. That's basically what anybody who says comfort your weariness means. So, we can come through here, and as you can see, the magical boomerang is very nice. Come through this way. And through there. Now you just go this way, and straight down, and you come out. And this doesn't really get you anywhere. You couldn't go outside, but while you're in there, you don't have to worry about getting hit by falling rocks. That will take you back, that cave entrance there will take you back down to the Lost Woods. You don't want to go there yet, we got lots of stuff to do. And we come along here. And if we go in here, we see a big pit that we can't get across, and a heart piece. But if you come down here and fall down here, you land on that ledge, which is, of course, the only way to get there. And once you're in this cave, just go along. There aren't any enemies in this part of the cave. There will be enemies slightly later, but nothing in this part of the cave. And we pick up a piece of heart. Link, it is I, Sahasrara. You must somehow make your way to the top of Spectacle Rock. From there, you can reach the Tower of Hera on the top of Death Mountain. And so we go there. Drop down, and more fairies if you need one. And now, I gotta say, I mean, this game has some really lovely music, but this was before they really had the space to give every area its own unique theme. So you've got a cave theme, and a field theme, and a dungeon theme, rather than, you know, necessarily... Ow! Creeps. These guys are Moldorms, and they are a problem because of their erratic movements, though they die pretty fast. And then, of course, we drop back down here, watch out for the rocks again, and go back up. Alright, and let's see here. Well, let's see. And, wow, what a funny tile. So, yeah, welcome to the Dark World, where you turn into whatever... Well, I'll let these guys explain. Poor guy. Alright. Oh, who are you, Mr. Bunny? This world is like the real world, but evil has twisted it. The golden power is what changed your shape to reflect what is in your heart and mind. I am always changing my mind, so I turned into a ball. But if you have a ball called the Moon Pearl, you can keep your original shape here. What do you want? Do you have something to say to me, silly rabbit? I came here to get the power of gold, but now I'm a freak and I can't go back to the real world. If only I had the Moon Pearl from the Tower of Hera, I could go back to my original shape. I've got good reason to be stressed out. So back off. Shoo! Shoo! Yeah, you think they want us to get the Moon Pearl? But hey. And we can totally do that. And while we're up here, hey, we get a piece of heart. So when you use the mirror, it leaves a sparkly. And that sparkly will basically let you warp back into the Dark World from that spot. And that will be useful to save a few puzzles later. Huh, okay. Well, let's see what the Book of Medora says. Hold up the Master Sword and you will get the magic of ether. And you will need to do that. There are 3 of these in the game. 3 of what this thing gives you, and 2 of them are necessary to beat it. But here, we have the Tower of Hera. So if you'll hold on just 1 second... Oh yeah, you hit these guys with a sword and they turn into... what do you call that thing? There we go. Stone. There's no way to kill him. In Link Between Worlds, you can hit him with a stupid hammer, but in this one you can't. But here we are. Now, hold on 1 second while I check on something. Alright, we're at 20 minutes, but I think we can finish this up pretty quick. Dungeons aren't very long, so... Hit these crystal switches, and the blocks will go up or down. When the switch is blue, the blue blocks are down. And when it's orange, and it just switches back and forth. So let's just kill this guy. And one of the best ways to kill this Moldorm is just to do that. And then you hit that. And then you can hit it again, because you go right back up. And you're here. And of course, one of the best ways to hit these things from a distance is your boomerang. Link, get his eyes, Sahasrahla the Elder. I have some advice. In the dungeons, you can gaze into the magic mirror to return to the entrance at any time. Do not forget this. Yeah, don't. It's really, really useful. And we already got the map. Now, I'm going to kill this jerk because, yeah. And of course, you can kill these guys. They shoot fire. Don't get hit by it. It hurts a lot. Luckily, with them trapped in those little things, they cannot shoot up or down. And this is probably going to be a bit of an issue if I'm not careful. Especially since I don't actually have... Oh, I do have a fairy. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it. You've got to... In this room, you do have to avoid the tiles. Just keep your eye on the one that's most recently come up and try and keep moving. This is okay. There will be places to get fairies inside this dungeon. I am going to run for just extra time today because, well, you know, it would be awful to start the dungeon and just leave off, right? We may have to do that later in the LP, but right now it's just our first, you know, the first dungeons. They're not that particularly high time invested. Besides, there's a good chance I'll be cutting out some stupidity at the end. Lots of stupidity at the end. Everybody knows. If you are a fan of this game, you know what the boss at the end of this tower is, and you hate him. I hate him. Everybody hates him. He's a pain. And now that I've talked him up, I'll probably do really well, or I'll do really horrible. There's never it's never, you know, a happy medium. It's always extremes with that guy. Come on. Gotcha. Ooh, yes. And that gives you an idea of what you're supposed to do in here. Ha! Gotcha. So. Really? Yeah, you've got to be at least slightly on target. Otherwise, the thing won't catch. But that opens, and we get the big key already. We're not actually that close to done with the dungeon, but, you know, now, just use the mirror, and we warp back to the front and don't have to deal with all that stupidity anymore. So we do that, and here we are. We go up the stairs. And we meet these crystal guys. I don't know what they are. They've got an awful kickback. They come in the two colors of the crystal switch, orange and blue, and yeah, that's a hole. Now those holes, if you can see floor pattern through the hole, you can drop down to the floor below you. If you do not see, if it's just black, that's a hole that will hurt you. You'll be put back up on the floor with a half a heart missing. And I believe we want that set to blue. We actually, you know what? No, we want it set to orange. Because there's going to be a place later that we really, really want. Haha! Yeah, you can do that. Those star-shaped tiles will change the location of the holes. And there are a couple puzzles on that. And of course, hey, you get to kill those guys. Knocking them down holes is always fun. Just stay, watch out for them. It's usually not worth fighting them, so just don't. Leave the blue ones up, mostly because there is a place you will want to have the orange ones down later. But let's see if I can't kill this jerk. Because I hate Moldorms. Alright, let's see. Ha! That doesn't happen too often. Good. There's not a lot under these pots. I think most of them are just there to, you know, annoy you. But hey, we got the compass. And Link at his eyes, Sahasrahla the Elder. An orb known as the Moon Pearl is in this tower. Whoever holds the Moon Pearl is protected so that his form will not change in the Dark World. You must find it and escape from the tower. Don't forget the Moon Pearl. I am beginning to think they don't trust my memory. Well, they may be right. My memory is weird. Some things I can remember with perfect clarity even though they were years ago, but I will forget to pick up the milk. Probably because I don't like milk. Anyway, here we are on the 5th floor, and this is where we're going to do a fair amount of things. Ow. Try not to get knocked down like that, though, you know, at least you're pretty close to the stairs. But yes, we have all of these holes, and I'm going to do this thing first, since I got hit. You drop down this hole, and as you can see, you land in these pots. And you will go all the way down the tower. And, except that you don't actually land, you land in this special room. Ah, dang it. I was gonna, yeah. But, check this out. You come right back up, and you go right back down. And yeah, it can be a little bit of a pain in the neck to watch. but... And you go to the thing and... Okay. Keep you in a bottle. Keep you in a bottle. Good, now I have 2 fairies for the upcoming fight, which is less annoying in terms of you are less likely to die than just take forever. Don't fall. Yeah. Those red guys take forever to kill. Watch out for the Firebar, who's apparently on loan from Super Mario Brothers. Now you see this bit moved. Fall from the top bit, the north bit of the hole. You will land here, and you get the Moon Pearl. And then you get those things, and we can go back up. Yeah, you do a lot on the 5th floor. But the 5th floor is our next to last stop, because, see, and this is why you want the blue blocks, the switch is turned to orange and the orange blocks down. There are hearts under all of those. Because otherwise, if this guy hurts you enough, you'll have to go all the way down for the fairies, and it's not worth your time. Well, it is, but it's very time consuming. Alright, so you want to jump down here, make sure, you know, you're not too close to him. Try and keep this hole in the platform between him and you until you're sure you can get a reasonably good shot at him. Because if you hit his head or any other part of his body, he will knock you away. The only vulnerable part is that rosette bit on his tail. Oh. And if you do that, which will happen a lot, and that's why everybody hates this guy, when you go back up there, any hits that you have gotten on him are reset. So you can be, you know, you can be 1 hit away from killing him, and then he knocks you off, and you have to do it all over again. They fixed that in Link Between Worlds, and I am so grateful for it. Jesus. Yeah, watch out for these. Ah. Watch out for these guys. They're... Yeah, this can happen. They do die from pots, however, which is nice. And yeah, under here... Oh, that's good, at least. Yeah, I have no idea if I can even kill this guy. With a sword, anyway. They take forever. But yeah, as you see, you can pick up hearts if those are down, and you don't have to go all the way down. So hopefully, like I said, we're going to talk about this, and then if he starts knocking me around over and over again like he did in my practice run, I'll cut out the worst of it. But as I said, what you really want to do is you want to keep this thing between him and you until he's in a position that you think you can take a shot at him without getting knocked off. Stay towards the middle, because if you get hit, you will go flying really far. You may not realize that it's very easy not to know how far he's going to hit you. And of course you heard that tink sound, and that's what happens when you hit him anywhere but where he's vulnerable. And then you just have to basically keep moving. You may want... it's easiest to just charge up your whirling blade, but if you have enough issues, you know, don't feel bad that. Don't feel bad about having to fight him, you know, with... Yeah, the pots come back, the hearts don't. So I'll leave the last few hearts there until I'm actually hurt a little more. Because really, you are much more likely to get knocked off than you are to get injured. I mean, you still will get injured because, you know, he can and will hit you. But you are... The real danger is getting knocked off and having to start the fight all over again. At which point you will be so sick of the boss theme you could spit. But, you know... Okay, yeah, don't do that. That was just stupid on my part. Don't basically don't turn loose a spin attack until you know, A, that you're going to hit his tail, and B, that the recoil isn't going to send you over the edge. Because it is just as easy for you to do that. Now the good news is that your spin attack does reach a little farther than it looks like it should. But, you know, like I said, it's a patience game. Keep this thing between him and you until you're absolutely sure you can take a shot at him, or that'll happen. You know, if your sword's out, at least you don't take damage, but you can get knocked all the way off the frickin' platform by the recoil, like I keep almost doing. So as I said, yeah, just, you know, stay down, make sure that if he's coming up, you are somewhere you can hit him, and don't get greedy. Don't get impatient. He takes forever. He's really frigging annoying. You can sort of put yourself back onto the platform if you hit the edge. You can sort of, you know, just keep pressing inward, and you will hopefully manage to knock yourself back onto the platform, but it's not a guarantee, so don't take risks. So we wait, and yep, there we go. He's annoying. Good, yeah, like that. If you can get him doing the bubbling around thing like that, and get just within his area, you can do that, and that's usually your best bet. But you've got to be careful, because if your positioning's wrong, you might hit his head, and then you go flying. So, keep going, and, see? The other, oh, great, and the other thing is, of course, the asshole speeds up. But, he's dead. I killed him without falling too many times, so, yeah. So, we're going to get the heart container, and the pendant of wisdom. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you have collected all 3 pendants. Go now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. We're going to do that next time. Because basically I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to save and quit, and I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for joining me, and next time we will go get the Master Sword and defeat Aghanim once and for all. See you then.